different cities, different developers. Do they want technology? Yes, but not just for the sake of it. And they want it for better futures, cities of the future, better developments. And I think this is the influence that us as architects have in shaping this conversation by new form of design language that is respectful to the cultural identity, but also using the new technologies. Now, what is this design language and how do we actually do it? How do we balance the cultural identity and the new technology? I think it all starts by reading the site, before sketching or modeling a form. In a way, it starts by listening before designing. It starts by listening to the location, to climate, to the way people live. Also, listening to the client and their design brief, let's not forget about that. And one example that I can definitely share where a practical example in a building where we used this principle and started with understanding the context of the location and then adding the layer of technology into this principle is a building which is currently under construction in DIFC Living. It's the first mixed-use development in DIFC where we introduced very bold, very contemporary design language, but it's also very contextual, respecting the geometry, the scale, and also the rhythm of DIFC. Now, in terms of technology, which was our partner from the start actually of the design process, not just from assessing and setting up the parameters to achieve LEED Platinum, but also through VR, virtual reality, with VR, which we implemented early on in the design process. We tested the massing, it helped us assess the critical elements of the structural elements and the impact on the interiors. It helped us understand the journey from the podium through the stairs towards the mosque. I think everybody's familiar with that mosque in the IFC, and we wanted to make a meaningful connection. But it also helped the client enter the building before it was even built. So in a way, as architects, we have imagination, but on the other side, when we're presenting our visions to the clients, this really helped us. So in the end, it also helped us with approvals, which became faster. Yeah, I think this is one example where we can all say, now looking back, if we started only with technology, not understanding how it would fit into the...
Because at some point, with the very fast growth of cities, there's a very generic aesthetic that has come across. So it's really important to always question the brief and re-question the brief and educate the clients on what works best for the context. And in that sense, that's what architecture is about. It's the narrative. And when you lose that narrative, then you lose control of the process because the technology or the tools that you're using are taking over, then that is where you lose connection with the site itself. I guess to keep it simple
and actually by using AI within the digital twin, we can actually start getting people to use it, almost gamifying it, see how people would use the spaces and actually think, oh, does this thing actually work? Or this isn't being used enough. Maybe we need to change the use. Maybe it's not a cafe, it needs to be a event space, for example. So we can actually learn from the digital twin and even the climate side of things as well. So these tools, as Federico said, it should accompany us, not lead us.